Yo, what's going on, fellas? It's your main man Six Paths Dunga back again with another video. And today, we're going to be talking about Jura yet again. Because he's one of, if not the strongest villain introduced into the Naruto franchise. And at the current time, nobody has even showed anything relatively close to rivaling his massive power. But somehow, even knowing this, he can somehow get stronger. He hasn't even reached half of his true potential yet. In this video, we're not only going to talk about Jura's true potential, but we're also going to discuss why love is going to be the path to him acquiring the strength, and what that really means as it applies to him. So of course, before we dive deeper into this video I have for you all today, I would really appreciate it if you would show some love to the video and drop a quick like. It's the quickest way to show that you support the channel and want to see more like this in the near future. Last video we set a like goal of about 400 likes, so I more or less feel like we could do that again. So let's try and replicate that one more time. But without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed the video. So I guess it makes the most sense to start talking about how love is so important in the series, because honestly, it's not only important to the Shinju, it's actually the theme of Boruto TBV VORTEX. Throughout the story, numerous of characters become slaves to love. KAWAKI's distorted love towards Naruto, EIDA's love towards KAWAKI, Sumire and Sarada's love towards Boruto, and Mitsuki's love towards KAWAKI? But anyway, you guys get it. Love has been the reoccurring theme that never fails to pop up one way or another. But as it pertains to the newest villain group called the Shinju, they have a special relationship with love. So as we all know, the Shinju are humanoid divine trees, and the number one thing they seek is information. Information is needed for them to evolve and get stronger. And most of them seek this information through the form of devouring their intended targets. At the point of the creation of this video, we don't exactly know what happens once a Shinju devours their target, but we do know what they desire, and most likely what's needed for them to reach that next level will be obtainable once they follow their instincts and devour their targets. Also, another fun fact about the Shinju is every one of them are at a different stage in their evolution process. So even if they don't devour their targets, they're still constantly evolving, and some are older than others. So this creates stakes within the series. They have to be defeated within a certain point in time before the planet gets sucked dry of its chakra. So being a Shinju that now has awareness of themselves and the world around them, as well as being in a constant state of evolution, one thing that's going to be presented to them at some point is restraints. To clarify, emotionally fueled restraints. It's simply the natural flow of evolution. To evolve is to become more aware, and the more aware you are, the more susceptible you become to human-like traits like emotions. And it may not be a big deal to regular humans like me and you, but for the Shinju, this can be detrimental to not only their evolution process, but their own cognitive ability. It can hinder them so much they can mentally shut down, therefore mentally nerfing them. A character's mental state is very important during battles. It can take even the weakest character and amp them up tenfold, or take the strongest characters and weaken them to the point where they don't even look recognizable anymore. Some of the craziest what if battles in the series commonly get chalked up to whether that character was mentally nerfed or not. Or how about people saying, if this character was bloodlusted, he would beat that character. Everything has to do with his or her mental state, and it affects the Shinju the most because they're taking new information into their heads at an extremely rapid pace. So let's talk about the specific human traits that can be so detrimental to the Shinju. If we revisit chapter 19, during Matsuri and Konohamaru's encounter, Jura says something about the humans that draws our attention. He says that humans unknowingly bind themselves with restraints. One of the restraints he mentioned was reasoning. Reasoning being the thing that keeps us from constantly following our instincts and evolving. I like to think of this as just having a sense of what's right or wrong, or by definition, the action about thinking about something in a logical, sensible way. One of the prime examples I'm able to offer on reasoning actually comes from Sasuke, and I can offer a few examples of this one just because of how unhinged he used to be. Imagine if Sasuke had the simple mindset of the Shinju. For him to technically evolve, he would need to obtain the Mangekyo Sharingan, and at this point the way he knew how to do it was to kill your closest friend. He did have the opportunity to just kill Naruto, but he chose not to because he didn't want to gain power the same way Itachi told him to. If he was going to gain power, he was going to do it in his own way. That's reasoning. To come to that conclusion, he had to think about it in a logical, sensible way. So this is an instance of him being held back because of reasoning. Or how about him giving up his goal of creating a new ninja world to support Naruto in his ideals? At that point, he was in control of all of the tailed beasts, stated by him to be the strongest in the world at that current moment. But like I said, he chose to give up that dream because of his own reasoning. Even if Naruto's reasoning outweighed his own, at the end of the day, it was that human trait that set him back on the right path. Jura stated that to be a great weakness, a weakness that the Shinju do not have. Because despite everything, they stay true to their own instincts to constantly strive for evolution. It's a side effect of gaining intelligence, or awareness, however you want to say it. But nonetheless, it shouldn't cause them any trouble because of their nature. But the other thing I'm about to mention carries the risk of causing even the Shinju great problems. It's love. The main word of this series. Love is the engine that drives us humans, and it can deter our sense of reasoning more times than not. No matter how you put it, it's the strongest emotions us humans are capable of feeling. And it's no different for the Shinju. The reason why Jura brought this topic up is because at the current moment, Matsuri was mentally nerfed heavily because of love. She was evolved to the point where she was able to feel love, but she couldn't perceive it. So when she felt this new emotion that she never felt before, she freaked out. She didn't know what to do or say. So eventually she literally went crazy and tried to devour Konohamaru. But because of love, she was able to be manipulated. Manipulated to the point where she got caught off guard and heavily injured by his Rasengan, thus causing her to be defeated by Boruto, and with relative ease too. So these enemies, comparable in terms of strength to the likes of Jigen, was almost completely destroyed by Konohamaru. Let that sink in. But also remember, that's just the result of how crucial your mental state could be in a battle. It could easily make you look like one of the weakest characters in the series if you're not careful. It was not only this situation, but it was many others that played a factor as of why Jura was so interested in the concept of love. Even going as far as to make it his most researched topic in his own journal. Yeah, Jura has his own personal journal where he keeps all of his daily discoveries and ideas. And this is formed based off the limited time he was alive in this world. And because of how love affected the people he came across, he decided to make this his #1 priority. In his conversation with KAWAKI, he brought up Sarada as one of his talking points, and how she was able to awaken massive power because of her love for Boruto being at the forefront of her mind. And also Himawari, who exploded in a fit of rage and displayed a new power because of what happened to Inojin. And now the same with KAWAKI, who previously couldn't even lay a finger on him, and is now able to stand up to him and injure him to the point where he had to regenerate himself. Jura has a feeling all these phenomena is heavily associated with the topic of love. To be more specific, Kawaki's great love for Naruto, which encouraged him to want to get stronger and fight Jura. It's all to keep Naruto safe at the end of the day. Even thinking long term, that strength is still needed to handle Boruto and Code, right? He even stated that a world with no Naruto isn't a world worth living in. So that proves it right there. It's love that's driving him at this current moment. Even Jura originally said love was a weakness that held humans back, he now feels that it could be the key to unlocking great evolution in oneself. And as a Shinju seeking new forms of intelligence and evolution, identifying and understanding the concept of love could be the one thing that helps him awaken his true power and reach his full potential. Now, why is Jura understanding the love emotion so important? Well, it's no secret that love is the #1 reason of everyone gaining power in this series, even dating back to OG Naruto. I live streamed the full chapter 24 spoilers on my channel, and at the end of that live stream, I talked to you guys about some instances where love played a major factor as of why someone won a fight, or just gotten a major power amp. The top selections was what will follow. The first one was Naruto versus Gaara, when he displayed this great strength that allowed him to go toe-to-toe with a tailed beast, as well as one of the most powerful characters in the series at that point. His drive to protect Sakura and Sasuke, his love that he had for them made him stronger. Extremely strong, as a matter of fact. Or how about when Naruto went berserk on Haku because he hurt Sasuke? Considering how Haku was even being compared to Kakashi at that point, and seeing how Naruto absolutely destroyed him, you have to admit, love can make one inconceivably stronger than before. We can go on with Naruto all day. his rampage against Pain once seeing Hinata be supposedly killed. I can go on all day. But of course I can't stop there. I gotta talk about the godfather of all crash outs. Even if it's not Naruto or Boruto related, me being a Dragon Ball fan, I absolutely have to include Goku's first Super Saiyan transformation. Because this is literally the epitome of love giving a character massive amounts of power. His love for Krillin and seeing Frieza kill him right before his eyes triggered a great anger that allowed him to transform into the legendary Super Saiyan. A transformation that can be mainly unlocked because of great loss, anger, or sadness. I don't know about nowadays, you know, they just be giving that power to any and everybody. But back then when it meant something, it was all about love. Love of any kind. Even a distorted version of love could apply to this logic. You know what? In the comment section right now, I want you to give me an example of a character getting stronger or a new crazy transformation because of love. And it doesn't even have to be related to Naruto or Boruto. Anything that you prefer. Give me anyone, even your favorite or most memorable. But now that we understand how love can affect someone, how would this apply to Jura? Now, later in that same chapter, Jura expressed the importance of the Shinju understanding the concept of love and overcoming it. Overcoming it so it cannot be weaponized against them, like in Matsuri's case. Instead, they'll use it as a means to make themselves even more powerful. And this is the main reason why he wants to devour Naruto, because he feels that if he can devour him, he'll understand love and therefore gain incredible amounts of information necessary for his evolution. And it just so happens that Naruto shared a deep bond with the tailed beast, and Jura coming from the same family of species, it would help him even more to understand how love is related to that, and how he was able to sway even the tailed beast to side with him. So if Jura is able to understand love and the relationship between that and evolution, there is some things that I think he should just be able to do now. One of them is to be able to better perceive love and understand how it affects someone mentally and emotionally. And we can see he's naturally evolved to the point where he can actually feel love. We can see this because of him also crying when Matsuri was crying. I don't know if it was just simply sympathy or he was able to actually feel that emotion through Matsuri's body, but there's a difference between feeling love and understanding it. Which is why Matsuri was defeated in the first place, because like I said earlier, she didn't understand love. So one thing that we can expect from Jura when he's able to understand love is to express that new understanding of love towards his kin, meaning the other Shinju. This is a great way for him to unlock the full capability of feeling love. You have to admit, if he was able to feel love towards his comrades, it would make him feel a sense of loss if they were somehow killed, and therefore unlock a new special kind of power from that grief, thus causing him to evolve greatly and gain new power that will make him several times stronger than before, just like everyone else that gained power from love. I think this will be the direction that Ikemoto takes as it pertains to how Jura will be able to gain power in the future, the theme of the series being love. So I'm gonna stick with the main way the villain gaining power is gonna be through love, as always. But I can always be wrong. There's multiple ways to make a character stronger through love other than just grief. So let me know how you think Jura can gain power. Do you think it will be primarily love that grants him access to this power, or by any other means? Give me all your honest thoughts and opinions down below. I think I'm gonna end it here though. I more or less said everything I wanted to say on this topic. So actually, if you enjoyed this video and don't mind seeing more like this in the near future, why not leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss another video like this or when I go live for chapter spoilers. And until my next one, I'll see you boys and girls later, and I'm out. Peace.